Awesome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending upon your time zone. You have joined us here today. Let's wait for members to join. And let me share my screen. Awesome. We are all set. Can I see someone who have joined? Am I audible? Am I visible? The presentation is visible. Can you please drop a message in the chat window? Awesome. I can see one participant has joined. Let's wait for others to join. Meanwhile, if you can just drop a message in the chat window. Are you able to hear me well? And the presentation is visible. I'm also as visible. Yes or no in the chat window, please. Hey, hi Kumaran. Thanks for joining. Can you just verify if you are able to see my slides and you can hear me and I'm visible? Just verify if the audio, video, visibility of the presentation is working fine. Just drop a yes or no in the chat window. Awesome. Perfect. Thank you so much. We'll start in by 6:05. Till then, we can have at least 10 to 20 members, and then we will kickstart the discussion and session. Awesome. Hey, hi, Abhinav. Thanks for joining. We'll start the session in a few minutes so that everyone can join, and then we're good to start the session and start the discussion of today's topic. Just will join at least if we can get 5 to 10 participants, and then we can just start the interaction. Meanwhile, you can just drop in the chat window from where you're joining and what are your expectations from today's session. Awesome. I can see 4 members have joined so far. Just let's wait for 2 to 3, 4 minutes and then we will start the discussion. I request all the participants who are joining, feel free to drop a message in the chat from where you all are joining and what's your expectation from today's session, because it's gonna be a two-way communication. You been on the chat and I will be here giving the session. I don't want to bore you all. Let's enjoy the interaction. Let's enjoy cross learning and cross networking so that we better understand what we are talking about here. Go ahead. So I would like to see from where you are joining today. Obviously, you all are joining most probably from your home. That's pretty much clear because it's a New Year celebrations going to happen soon in one day. But from which city, which country you are joining, and what's your expectation from today's session? Awesome. I can see Dakshita, Coimbatore, India. Thank you so much for joining. What about others? Awesome. So it's 6 or 10 on my clock. Let's get started with the session. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending upon your time zone. You are joining me today. So today's session will be on, like, as per the continued playlist I've started recently from last week on the volunteering tips and tricks based on the polling which I had on my Instagram handle from lot of volunteers, lot of student members, lot of young professionals. I heard that they are looking for what is volunteering, what are the benefits of it. So in the first session we had an experience of what I have been doing so far in IEEE, another volunteering organization. So for today's session, we will be understanding how volunteering can help you out in a career enhancement, and we will go beyond the resume and what are the different hidden benefits of volunteering, right? So before I start the session, let me give a disclaimer that this session is not pointing out towards an organization or any group of individuals or group of organization. This presentation is in course of my own personal interest and personal experience, what I had during my volunteering. There's no right and wrong in any of the statement what I'm gonna make. It's all about my personal experience and learning which I have been doing from my volunteering. Feel free to share questions along the session. I have live chat in front of me, and I can see every one of you being active so that the session won't be boring. And in case you are facing some audio issue, video issue, or something, feel free to rejoin. That would be a best restarting and continuing your session joining. Along with that, after this session, this video will be uploaded on my YouTube channel, which you can subscribe, and you can get to see other sessions which I have done in the past in different countries and IEEE student branches. With that, let's get started a session to break perceptions to understand what are the hidden benefits of volunteering. Thank you so much, Hasya, to join. Perfect. So let's hear, like, first of all, why you should listen me, right? So I'm an IEEE volunteer for last 8+ years, and I'm a volunteer for Amazon Future Engineer and AWS Cloud Room, as I'm part of and employee of AWS Amazon Web Services. I'm a happiness team member for Young India Challenge 2023, a team and a non-profit organization, Human Circle, who have initiated this program, Young India Challenge. Every year they do host for motivating undergrad students, postgrad research scholars, with the theme of passion, with the theme of entrepreneurship, with the theme of solving United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and to give the message, hashtag do what you love. And that's where I've been interested in Young India Challenge, and I'm a like long volunteer and a participant to that initiative. I am a tech coordinator for YFS India. YFS is abbreviated for Youth for Sustainability, and my good friend from Odisha, Punyashloka, he has started this initiative with the support of Kamal and Violeta from Human Circle. So basically, they are working on cleaning the beach, climate change, environmental awareness, and all other aspects where we are becoming more sustainable in our daily life. So that's about YFS India. So I'm helping them as a tech coordinator for their website development and other technical aspects. Obviously, I'm a stage lover. Unfortunately, this is a live stream going on from my home, and but however, that's where I can get on a stage, grab a mic, and that's how I love the stage. And I will tell you, in the last session, the one which you had, introvert to IEEE influencer. I'm an introvert turned stage lover and a researcher by hobby. So whenever I get time, so that's where I get to see lot of problems around me, and I use my technical skills what we have acquired from our bachelor's, postgrads, right? You all are might be on average maximum students I can see in my chat. You all are doing bachelor's. So what are the main motivation of volunteering is all about using that technical skills, using that learning from your life experience for the benefit of society and humanity. And that's what we're going to talk majorly today, and how it can actually help you out to develop on a personal front as well as professional front. On the left hand side, you can see the pic from IEEE headquarters, New Jersey. I got a golden opportunity to attend the board meeting under Educational Activities Board in IEEE in April 2023. So I was there, and that's a pic from there. Awesome. So, what are the ground rules for the session? Feel free to take pics of the slides whenever required. Don't stop asking questions, and please, please, please interact with me in the chat, because it's gonna keep the session engaging. And obviously, I won't be sleeping in front of camera in that case. Okay, so just a recap, where to start. So where we have our last week's session, we had on introvert to IEEE influencer. I mentioned what are the different benefits, what are the different, I would say, on a high level, what are the different benefits of how to kickstart and develop your own career. That is from participation, volunteering, and networking. So you might have seen my face there under the volunteer, under the networking. So that's networking. The last icon represents networking. So participation, basically today you are participating, right? Or any kind of sessions, panel discussion, or any kind of program you are attending across your society, across you. There are a lot of resources like meetup.com and some other, like meetup.com is the majorly which I normally use to visit events like Google developer groups, uh, AWS user group, and all other kind of technical activities going around me. So participate, right? Once you participate, you network with new people, and then when you talk with the organizer, hey, I am a website developer, I am an Android app developer, can I help you out by volunteering or managing your website of Google developer group, or any kind of user group, or any kind of technical group, or any kind of event. So it's just a closed loop, and that's what we have discussed in the last session last week. So today's session, I will be taking a real life story of my own initiative, and then I will be landing towards the benefits, what actually it took me to build up the sustainable model and the long term model of IEEE Quarter Tech Talk table series. And you can see all the pics, happy faces on the screen. Quarter Tech Talk 1.0 to we had hosted 11.0 recently in December in Mumbai. So we have been covering different aspects. We have 4 to 5 members in our core team, and then we collaborate with any of the IEEE entities or IEEE OUs across the world where they are kind of inactive about IEEE. They are kind of they want to give awareness about industry. They want to give the awareness what's going on as a young professional life, and that's where we bridge the gap between academic and industry. So that's the basic model of IEEE Quarter Tech Talk Table series, which I initiated in November 2020 with my good friend from Bangalore, Salish Prabhu, where we were working previously in previous organization, and now as well I'm like we are building up the team. We are publicizing about this event. We are inviting a lot of undergrad, postgrad, research scholars, young professionals and professors to join us in this event and explore networking, participation and volunteering. So I will tell you how this event actually we started with. So today's session will be based on this event, along with how what I learned, and then I will be sharing all my learnings so that you can also learn and you can also grab some aspects and experience which you can implement in your own life by volunteering and initiating new programs, new activities through the help of the organizations or non-profit organization, volunteering organizations you are part of. So the name, right? IEEE Quarter Tech Talk Table. So from where we got the name notation. So while I graduated in 2019 from my BTech Computer Science from Guru Gobind Singh in the University, New Delhi, that's where I was thinking now, being in the part of student branch, being in the part of the college, I can do a lot of activities. I can do a lot of collaboration with other student branches. But what about conducting a kind of a very meaningful event? And as a YP, why should I renew my IEEE membership as a young professional? That's always a question for final year students who are right now in their major or minor project submission and they are in the final semester. They might be thinking, why should we join IEEE? So I definitely can say you it has a lot return on investment. Like you invest a little membership fees every year, but the return will be what we are going to discuss in today's presentation, right? So when I graduated during student branch, we used to report our event to Region 10 newsletter, Asia Pacific region newsletter every quarter. What kind of activities we are doing in student branch, what kind of activities we normally do in IEEE OUs, right? We normally report to newsletter of Region 10, we report to India Council newsletter, or even if we report to our own section newsletter. And it comes every quarter, right? And that's where when I was publishing these events of student branches, then when I graduated, I talked with the editor of Reason 10 newsletter, and he suggested that you can you can have a panel discussion, you can have a interview of any IEEE leader, and we can publish that summary and the report of that particular session or activity you had, and that's how you're gonna publish and continuing contributing into IEEE and volunteering, right? And that's where we taught. And the newsletter, Reason 10 newsletter, comes every quarter, and we are tech people, so why not we can have a name like Quarter Tech Talk Table? So that's where the name come. Right now I'm talking about a pre-planning phase. So when I'm sharing this story, you will understand what are the different phases of conducting an event. And then you will learn from that what kind of professional and personal growth I had personally along with my team. Because the team which we have is also diverse, is also a mix of student members, young professional, and recently we had a pre-university student as well involved in our executive team. So that's where the motivation to spread the awareness about IEEE, spread the awareness of technology, how to use it for the benefit of humanity. That's the main mission and vision of IEEE. And that's what we are trying to articulate and implement in IEEE QT3. So the name done. Now we proceeded to how to select topics of each and every edition. Earlier we were not thinking that it's going to be a continued series, but every time whenever we think in each edition, okay, this is the last edition we're going to host. No, not at all, because every time we get a lot of college requests, we'll got a lot of IEEE entities request. Hey, Ramni, can you do this edition again in our college, in our student branch, across different parts of India, across different parts of Asia Pacific, and obviously we hosted one session in South America, Chile in December 2022. This time I was just taking off from Chile, 30th December 2022. And you can see the pic on the right bottom side, 8.0. And that's where we support it and we spread out. So talking about theme, how do we select topic? So Quality Tech Talk specifically means to connect the industry, bring up industrialists onto the panel discussion. It's a panel discussion kind of agenda. And then we can have a keynote address of IEEE membership development session. And in the last, we're going to have a speed mentoring session. So this is a kind of a framework which we have designed for Quality Tech Talk table. And that's where now the trending topic which is going on and which the students of that particular IEEE want, and on average what students are looking for, that's how we select themes for Quarter Tech Talk. So first part is done. You have selected the name, how to select it. I have already told you how we got to know about that name. And then we went up to the theme. Now the third part, how to make a valuable proactive theme. That's a very important aspect when you are conducting an event, right? You want to understand how team management, how time management in volunteering, how problem solving of like finding a name, right? It's also a problem and we are solving it. And finding a team, finding a host who can host our next edition, because since until 6.0 it was virtual because of covid-19 in 2020, and we continued the same virtual session is 2021, and then that's where we hit upon to May 2022 as our first hybrid session 7.0 in North Cap University, Gurugram, Haryana, India. And that's where 8.0 came up, thanks to our major sponsor during that time for 7.0 and 8.0, IEEE Computer Society, who supported us and sponsored us majorly to help us out to conduct these two editions. Moving on, we had 9.0 in Jaipur, Rajasthan, India, and 10.0 in Kolkata, and 11.0 recently in Mumbai, Maharashtra, India. And now moving on, we are just standardizing the process. So you got to know about pre-final phase, and now we are standardizing. That is also coming under the planning and execution phase. Why did we standardize, right? Why did we standardize this event? Because when you are conducting a global event, you have to understand the long term and sustainable model of that event. And that's where we as a core team of Cardio Tech Talk, we thought, let's standardize the template of the poster. Let's standardize the content what we post on our poster, because there are kind of number of poster we release, right? Coming soon poster, then registration poster, panelist announcement poster, keynote address speaker poster, guest of honor speaker, guest of honor poster. So all these kind of designs and all those kind of templates we standardize. And moving on, we are going to use the same thing with a different content, with a different color theme, with a different branding, in a same kind of a layout. And that's where it keeps us like very easy. It's makes us easy to make all these stuff in a very ready-made level, and we can save time and we can concentrate on the main aspects of what is required. And I'm really sorry if you are able to hear some construction voice in the background. We do have some construction going on today at the home. Sorry for that disturbance. But don't worry, I can try to re upload the video afterwards the session to remove if there's a noise coming to you. Can anyone please confirm if you are able to hear some background noise? Or is it all good? Yes or no in the chat window? Are you able to hear some background noise? Okay, I guess it's all good. I will take no from you side. If you're not much, okay, fine. Thank you. Thank you for responding. So we will continue. So as I was on, we have decided the name, we have decided the standardization process. Now moving on, we are going to call for the host as well. Now we are inviting all the IEEE student branches, all the IEEE entities across the globe to join hands with us and to spread the awareness of this industrialization, bridging the gap from academic to industry. And that's where we are bringing up more opportunity to all active and inactive student branches. Our main focus is to select that host which has the requirement, really kind of a very deep requirement of bringing industrialists from different industries into their colleges, into their student branches, and spread the masses of what technical knowledge, what non-technical knowledge is required for becoming an industry readiness, or I would say become industry ready along with, if you want to pursue higher education, if you want to pursue your own business, that's where Quarter Tech Talk comes into play. So I've just tell you a kind of a story, a kind of a brief of what we do in Quarter Tech Talk. And in the upcoming slides, you will try to understand what are the different skills you can get, and I also got while I was working on this project. And I can just share the link of the event in the chat window. This is our IEEE3.org. Along with that, I can share you the, give me a second, I will just share you the call for host in case any professor, any IEEE entity leader is on the call, so they can just explore this Google form for the call for host and IEEE QT3. We'll be talking a lot. You can ask for queries in the last of the session. Perfect. So let's explore the hidden benefits of volunteering. Why do we volunteer, right? In the last session, I was mentioning this. Volunteers aren't paid not because they are worthless, but they are priceless, right? How many of you believe on this statement? How many of you believe that volunteers aren't paid because they are worthless, but it's not because they are worthless, but it's priceless, right? They are priceless and volunteering for the society, volunteering for the humanity. How many of you believe on this quotation? You can just say me or something. Yes, I believe volunteers aren't paid not because they are worthless, but they are priceless. How many of you believe on this quotation? Any kind of volunteering if you have done, maybe building up a chart, building up an initiative in your own student branch or your college, or kind of any non-profit organization you are part of, spreading free food, um, uh, decorating a school, helping and educating students around a government rural area, or educating women for a business entrepreneurship approach. Right, yeah. So that's the main aspect, right? It's because we are doing volunteering, not because we are getting out of that something. Like, we are not selfish of doing volunteering. Volunteering is just a selfless service to the society, and that's where we are now going to discuss the personal growth and development. Along with that, we will learn about how you can actually use volunteering for the enhancement of your own professional career. I being into industry for the last 5 years, and in IEEE specifically, I've been volunteering for 8+ years. Why is it so? So you will get the answer today. Why I've been continuing as a volunteer, irrespective of the things going on around me, irrespective of the, I would say, obviously, it's kind of a part where I feel energized, where I feel motivated to contribute back to society. And that's where the first part comes: personal growth and development. Let's kickstart with the skills to understand what are the different skills which actually helps you out from volunteering to build up in your own personality. A very first important, very important thing: communication. Now, while you are doing an activity, you are communicating with participant, right? Today I'm communicating with you all. If, like, English is a new universal language across the planet, if I don't know English, how I can communicate with you? So volunteering helps you a chance to understand the importance and impact of communication skill. So communication is the first aspect which helps you out from volunteering. The second, while you work in a project, while you're working for an event organization, right? That's where team management comes into role. And the third, very much important, when you are initiating a project or I would say, event or kind of activity for the benefit of some particular audience or targeted audience, can be pre-university, undergrad, postgrad, research scholars, or anyone. That's where leadership skills comes into role. You as a leader is helping a lot of other IEEE members, a lot of other non-IEEE members to explore the benefit of volunteering, and that's where you become a kind of you get a leadership skills, and that's what the another hidden benefit of personal growth via volunteering. And the fourth one, now, while you are working on a project, while you are working on an activity, you are organizing it, what you are doing, you are managing a project, you are managing A to Z planning and operations of that particular activity. You are trying to understand the preface. You're trying to understand during the event how the sofas will be set on the stage for the panel discussion, how the podium, how the mic arrangement, how the audio video arrangement will be managed, what kind of standee design, where to put it, where to put the banner, where to invite, where to have registration desk. All those kind of operations and execution and planning you have in your mind while you are a leader or while you are a volunteer for a project. And that's where project management is another personal growth which helps you out to grow yourself. The next one. Now, while you work on a big project, while you work on any kind of project, you are helping education to students, you are helping education to rural women about any kind of aspects, and that's where you are solving a problem in a society. You're critically thinking, how can I use technology, how can I use my own skill set? Let's say I am a Java developer. Take an example, I am a Java developer. I want to give classes or forming a special interest group to IEEE members who want to learn Java. What we are doing here, we are solving a problem in our peer connection, in our network, in our community who want to learn Java. Hey, I'm there to solve your problem, I can teach you. So that's what we are solving, a problem, and then you are critically thinking how those things can line up together to execute that project. The next one, very 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 much important, sense of purpose. So let me share you a short story. I was doing an activity in my college, and I went to my school where I graduated from my 12th grade, and I went to the principal of the school and I asked her, "Ma'am, I'm doing this technical fest activity in my college, and I want to invite all the grade 10th to 12th students to visit my college and participate in this activity." And then she mentioned, okay, Ramnik, you can talk to this professor, she gonna handle and she gonna coordinate this activity. You go to her and then explain her the things and explain her the benefits to the students, and then we can proceed further. And the professor was my chemistry teacher from my 11th 12th class, and I went to her in the chemistry lab and I asked her, ma'am, this is the program. And before I started anything, she was like, hey Ramnik, I just saw the signature in your email, and it says IEEE impact creator, IEEE brand ambassador, volunteer, all those kind of designations she saw. And she mentioned a very important thing which actually kind of a motivational factor daily, to do volunteering again and again and more and more. She mentioned, Ramnik, you know, while you are volunteering or you are educating anyone, let's take an example, you are educating school children, you are not only educating that particular child from that class, you are educating the whole family. Because when a 8th class student, when a ninth or 10th or 11th 12th class student is attending your workshop and he is learning something, he will go back to the family, and in the night he going to discuss during the dinner or open house discussion with his family of what he has learned during your session. And in this way you are indirectly targeting the audience in their family, and that actually hit me a lot. Like, if I am having an audience of 50 students, school students, and I am teaching them, educating them on some concept, I'm actually not benefiting 50 students alone, I'm benefiting their families as well. So I'm actually touching down the lives of more than 100 plus people right away through a session. And that kind of sense of purpose actually hit me hard on my heart and on my brain. And that's where I continue volunteering. And that gives you a sense of purpose on a personality level. I will share you another story. We were doing an activity called as Women Engineering Project Based Learning School Camp, third edition in June 2022 in Manavach University, Faridabad, Haryana. And this activity is specifically for school kids to understand the benefit of project based learning. And I can share you the link in the chat window so that you can reference it afterwards. So, the fourth edition we are going to execute in Bangalore. The planning is ongoing. We are looking for the sponsors, we are looking for the host, and all those things are kind of in the progress. You can explore what we have done in the last three editions. And when the closing ceremony of the third edition was hosted, I actually opened up the floor for the feedback from the parents in the auditorium. And obviously it was a hybrid session, so we had 100 plus members, 100 plus members in the audience. Along with, we had 10 plus countries, students, parents and teachers joining us from different continents on the WebEx link. So I invited the parents to give a feedback, and one of the mothers, one of the mother from the audience came up, and she was the mother of the winner team from that third edition project based learning school camp. And she mentioned to me, hey Ramnik, I cannot speak fluent English, I will continue to speak in Hindi. I said, okay, it's totally fine ma'am, I can translate for all the audience. You just go ahead and share your feedback on the stage, I'm there. So I was just standing aside her on the stage near to the podium, and she was on the mic. She started by saying, good evening everyone, and she right away, uh, I would say, broke into tears. So that particular sense, that particular moment actually hit me hard as a volunteer, that what kind of impact we have actually created in the minds and in the hearts of the parents of those school kids who came to attend our IEEE event. And then she continued by saying, I'm really sorry, I broke into tears, but the only reason, only the sole reason of that, it's actually the happy tears. I haven't seen my daughter did any kind of innovation, and within 1 week of the project based learning school camp you have taught her understanding about Arduino electronics basics, and how to solve a problem from the society using technology, and you had actually made her learn what are the all the academic curriculum what she is learning in school, and you just got it converted to a practical based learning. And that particular instance, I and my whole team of PBL third edition was really so happy, and they were like, we were just out of blue, and we were like, oh man, now we have created some impact. So while you do volunteering, it gives you a sense of purpose. The bottom line is that. Moving on. Now you do activities, you do a lot of volunteering, you do a lot of like you are professional as well, you're working in a company organization, or you're doing higher education. Along with that, you are volunteering, taking out a hobby time, taking out your free time to do that. That's where very important aspect comes, that is time management. Now, I have given like around 500 plus sessions, workshops, offline, online, since COVID hit, and before I was in my second year as well, when I joined IEEE. Many people ask me like, Ramnik, how did you get time? Like you're doing masters, you're doing your organization job, and then you are involved in different organizations, volunteering. Along with that, you are doing IEEE activities. Now people will surely ask me how I am taking out time to do all these live streaming sessions. So the sense of volunteering gives you understanding how you can divide the 24 hours accordingly. See, I also have 24 hours. You all have 24 hours. Clock is not changing unless we shift to another planet, right? 24 hours is all of with all of us. It purely depends the priority. It purely depends what you want to contribute back to society, and that's where selfless service comes into role and time management automatically falls. I've been I've been always saying to the people when they ask me about this, I say that I manage my energy rather than time, because if I manage my energy efficiently, time will automatically fall into place. And that's where time management comes into a very critical pillar of personal growth while you volunteer for any organization. The next one, networking. As we talked in the last session last week, networking is very important aspect for a personal growth. Right now you might be having some personal issues. Right now you might be facing, hey, I want to do higher education, you want to do something, you want to like lot of aspects on the personal front is there. You don't have any mentor to get guidance from. Obviously your parents are there, your friends are there, but more often that, if you want a personal guide, if you want to get a I would say mental advice, or you want to get any kind of advice on the personal front, that's where volunteering helps you out to network with people around you, right? The next one, in the last session, we talked about personal branding, and that's where being a personal friend, right? While you volunteer. Now, today you are participating, and I've been always saying this: whenever you participate in a session, take the screenshot, share your feedback live on the social media by tagging the speaker, so that you increase your professional visibility, right? Maximum of you will be connected to me on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. But what's the benefit of it? Unless you are not approaching to me, you are not talking with me, you are not interacting with me, you are not asking questions, you are not bringing up opportunities, or you are not creating opportunities for yourself. And that's where volunteering helps you out to increase your professional visibility. And that's how you have to learn how to use social media in a professional, in a formal manner, so that organizations where you wish to work, higher education which you want to opt, the business or entrepreneurship which you want to opt for, social media gonna be the key role for you to decide your future, to stabilize and present of what you are as a person brand. The last, confidence and self-esteem. When you do activity, when you public speak, when you volunteer as a web developer, when you volunteer in kind of any kind of sense and any kind of skill set you are using while you volunteer, that's where you become more confident. Hey, I wasn't aware about website development in so deep. While I volunteer for this organization, I go to know, oh, okay, this particular technology or this particular skill set can be enhanced to another level. And that only you will understand once you volunteer for any kind of organization, right? I will just pause here to see if we have any questions from anyone in the chat window. And then within few seconds or few minutes, we will proceed to the next slide. That is professional development and career benefits of volunteering. Any kind of questions from anyone till now? Any kind of feedback? How's the session going on? Is it slow? Am I going so fast? How is it? So that I can tweak the next slides accordingly, and then we can have a fruitful session. Okay, I cannot see any questions on the chat. No worries, we will have a proper 15 to 10 minutes and the end of the session so that we can interact. Moving on to the next hidden benefits of volunteering. That is, now you have learned how you can actually grow personally. What about professionally? While you're working, while you're working in an industry or an organization, how volunteering can help you out to develop professionally, how volunteering can help you out to upskill in your career. And that these all skills come into role. Now I will be limited. I will be connecting you on average to IEEE organization, the members who are like the participants. So how to find online volunteering? Yeah, there are a lot of different resources. You can just Google online volunteering opportunities, or if you are an IEEE member, you can just approach to volunteer.ieee.org, and that's where you can actually explore remote volunteering, right? Or you can just search for non-profit organization around you. You can just connect the director, president, or the founder of that organization or foundation, and connect with them to email them and ask them, hey sir, I want to understand, this is my profile, this is my experience, this is my skill set, can I volunteer for you in any one direct or an indirect sense? The main chance, like as we discussed in the last session, right? Volunteering, in volunteering you have to network, you have to create opportunity for yourself. No one gonna come to your door, knock knock, hey, there's an opportunity for being a website developer, there's an opportunity to become an Android developer. Not at all. You have to learn how to reach out to people, how to explore different foundation, reach out to the foundation directors, foundation founders, to ask for help, right? To ask for if they do have volunteering opportunity or not. Okay, coming back to, so I was saying that I will be covering a major aspect of IEEE benefits in this slide. However, this benefits stands accordingly while you network, while you explore, or while you volunteer for an organization. The first and very foremost, very important experience, very important skill in professional development while doing volunteering is that you get a practical experience. Now, you might be a website developer in your organization. How you can use the same skills for benefiting your society by becoming a part of a foundation where you need to handle, or where you want to handle, or you get an opportunity to handle their website. That's where you are getting a real practical aspect experience. And that's going to help you out in your professional front as well as on the volunteering front. The second, while you volunteer, you network with people, you network with the foundation, network with the organization. Now if I talk about IEEE specifically, we do have lot of certifications and credentials, right? How are volunteering experience important for CV, resume, and how can we introduce in the job interview? Awesome question, Abhinay. Thanks for that. And that's where I'm going to discuss this on this slide. And I will be sharing you my past organizations interview experience as well, where, like, see, when you're sitting in an auditorium, some placement is coming in your organization, right? In your college, everyone will have a lot of common skill set. They will have technical knowledge, they will have internships, they will have hackathons. They will have research papers. What about leadership skills? What about life skills? What about soft and hard skills? What about transferable skills? Public speaking, team management, problem solving, volunteering. How problem solving, like in what way you have solved some problem and volunteer for that particular cause. You can represent that very well in job interview, and that's why I guess LinkedIn has introduced volunteering section in your profile, and that's where you can add all the volunteering, and that's what the benefit of volunteering is, which we are going to discuss today. That is the major benefit, that you want to grow professionally, you want to enhance your career. That's where volunteering can add on X factor in your resume. So we are going beyond the resume. We are not thinking only for the job interview, but we are thinking about all around upskilling ourselves from personal as well as professional front. So I was talking about certification and credentials. You have heard a lot of certifications of Google, Microsoft, and I would say Amazon, or any kind of big organizations. You are actually having technical certifications. This actually creates a very, very, very important aspects of your resume. While you volunteer, right, you are getting certificate, you are getting a certificate for volunteering. You are getting a very important credentials from an organization. Let's take an example. You are volunteering for United Nations, you are volunteering for UNICEF, you are volunteering for Unix, UNESCO, right? All those kind of big organization you are part of as a volunteer. You will get a credential, you will get a kind of authenticity or validity of your volunteering, right? So that's where certification and credentials is another benefit while you volunteer from a professional front. The third one, now as I was talking about research paper, right? So research paper and patent, copywriting, and those things. IEEE, like I will be quoting IEEE once again because that's the major part of volunteering I've been doing for last many years. So while you sit in interview, no company I expect from you that you will have multiple research papers, because you are not applying for masters, you are applying to get into an industry, and that's the X factor you can introduce in your resume. While I was in my interview of my last organization on 10th January 2019, the technical interview happened for 1 hour, and there was only one technical question being asked from me, and other things were completely on my research papers and project. And the first question came up, uh, hey Ramnik, how come you are having 12 research papers and one patent while you are doing BTech, while you have like you are in your final semester now and sitting for this interview? So they were kind of shocked, because while you are in a final semester, right, you are only having minor project and major project. And from on average, if I talk about from BTech level, from BTech degree level, on average across the globe, people will ask you to publish paper while you are having minor and major project. I'm talking on average from the curriculum level of bachelor degree in India. Other countries might have different curriculum setup, but that's on average where I'm actually representing the benefit of conferences and publication. Now, if you don't know what is a research paper, and in the last session we had talked about it, IEEE Author Center is another pretty good tool and my favorite tool, where you can actually learn about ethics of publication, what are the different steps involved in publishing a paper in a conference, magazine, book writing, and all other aspects of conferences and publications part, right? And in the last of the session, I will give you a gift. Who all are IEEE members, they can download it for free. So I have published one book, Idea to Protect a Research Pathway for Students, in 2021 for in IEEE USA ebook library, and you can download it. Non-IEEE members can pay a little fees of around $2.99, around something. I don't remember exactly what was the catalog, but you can just go ahead and download that for the benefit of understanding why research paper writing, why patenting, why idea to protect face is very much important while you are doing a bachelor's. And I hope Indian members who are on the call, who are on the live chat, they might be aware about an initiative from Niti Aayog Government of India, which I am part of as well, Atal Innovation Mission. Right? That's where the things come up. Right? Aftri, I will surely take that. So you are saying I am from BCom, I'm a BCom graduate and currently ID USA certified management accounted. So there is a opportunity. Is there opportunity for me? Why not? You can create opportunity for yourself, right? Reach out to the nearby colleges who are actually having BCom degree. Ask them if they want to do, if they want to get a session to be done on any topic. You, as you are certified management accountant, right? Accounted, I don't see the exact because I'm not from same background. But if you are certified in that particular domain, that gives you a very very important authenticity and credentials to represent yourself as a person brand, yourself as a brand in front of the colleges nearby, where you can approach to them. Hey, I want to do this session, are you interested? Is your student, are your students looking for any kind of session on management or accountant or finance level? I can help you out. I am a BCom graduate and I'm certified. In that way, you have to represent and create opportunity for yourself, right? Okay, so we were talking about publication. So IEEE Author Center is one of the tool where you can learn about it, and I can give you my book link in the chat window during the QA session so that you can visit it, download it, and explore the learning from it. The other part, while you volunteer, you get a chance to network with a lot of people, and might be you will get a chance to network with recruiters from different MNCs, different organization where you want to become a part of. Right, I was working with volunteers from US who were working in Facebook, who were working in Apple during my early stages of volunteering while I was in graduate, while I was in my college days. So I was already networked with a lot of big MNCs where I wish to join, where I wish to work. So that's what the benefit of volunteering gives you on a professional front. Next, now while you volunteer, right? While you volunteer for IEEE, let's take an example. If you're an engineer or non-technical graduates are also welcome to explore IEEE from different aspects like professional communication society and different societies we have across 190 countries. IEEE has been Spain up to now. So being a part of organization where you're volunteering, you can access to the cutting edge technology. You will have a full on awareness what's going on in the market, what's going on in the cutting edge technologies. It can be edge computing, cloud computing, AI, machine learning, any kind of generative AI. It's a very new fuel in the market. So all those kind of awareness what's going on in the market in that particular technology on the professional front, that's another hidden benefit of volunteering. Now, as we were talking about network, now once you network or once you volunteer, once you start a activity for any targeted audience, you can collaborate with SMEs. What is SME? Subject matter experts. If you are doing an activity for a cloud computing awareness to school students, right? You can just go ahead and network, reach out to your network and check out, hey, do we have any SME on cloud computing? Can you please help me out to conduct this event in a more efficient manner? That's another professional growth. While you are not cloud computing certified, maybe that particular SME can actually help you out to grow yourself, grow you in that particular domain, in that particular area during that particular span of time. And that's another benefit of volunteering from professional front. Continuing education, a very 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 important aspect where people drop, where people don't understand, okay, now I'm going to be part of industry, why do I do need to do masters, why do I need to do PhD, or why do I need to upskill myself into higher education? That's a kind of a personal choice obviously, but in sense of volunteering, while you volunteer you get a lot of chance to connect with the professors from top universities or any kind of universities as you're part of your network, right? I've been part of top companies, top universities in US. Now I'm thinking to do PhD. I can directly contact that particular professor and leadership team from that university to get admission in PhD, to understand the internal process, how it works, what is the admission phases. Rather than I approach to the admission cell, I can directly approach to my network, and they can obviously help me out to create a case for me in their admission cell. So that's another continuing education. So once you become a young professional, once you become part of an industry, please don't stop volunteering, because that's going to help you out to continue your education as well in one or other way. Last one, as I mentioned again and again, networking is again an important aspect which is closed enough to volunteering. While you volunteer for an activity, you are building up a strong network which can help you out to create your own opportunity, which can help you out to grab new opportunities for your own personal and professional growth. Now, all the discussion we had, if I show you the slide back, all communication, team management, all those kind of skills which is mentioned on the slide on the personal front as well as professional front. Now, while I was doing quite a tech talk table since November 2020, I have been learning all these skills step by step, addition to addition, by talking with numerous members, numerous volunteers in my core executive team talking with different colleges, how a curriculum works, how the planning and execution works in a college, how to talk with the leadership of a college to convince them to do this activity, how to learn from the society what's going on in the bachelor students' curriculum, and to focus that particular gap and fill it through your activity. All these kind of skills comes into role. Now I'm open to any questions. If you have, feel free to interact with me in the chat window. These are my social media handle. I can share my LinkedIn profile, Instagram. In the chat window, you can feel free to follow me, contact me, and that's where we can just kickstart our discussion on the further end. So those are my social media handles. Coming to my book, which you can download, being a part of IEEE or not. Let me share you that. There you go. So I've shared you the IEEE USA link, Idea to Product a Research Pathway for Students. Feel free to explore the benefits of research paper writing, how to do research paper writing, how to do patenting, how to do copywriting, all those kind of different phase from an idea to the product I have covered in my book. It's just a 25 pages book, so it's not long enough, which can bore you, but it surely can help you out and give you a lot of insights about your own development. Now, I would love to hear if there's any questions which we can cover for next 15 to 20 minutes, and I will be more than happy to address those. Please feel free to drop any questions, any kind of feedback about the session you had just now with me. I would love to hear any future topic you want me to cover in the upcoming session. We will be doing these sessions most probably on the frequency basis on every weekend around the same time, 6 p.m. IST. And I will be keep posting you via the YouTube. Feel free to subscribe me so that you can be notified about the upcoming live sessions. And you can follow me on LinkedIn. As I've shared my profile, you can contact with me. You can connect with me on my email ID as well, ramnik@ieee.org, and I will be more than happy to address all those queries. Now, feel free to ask. We have a couple of minutes left, 15, 20 minutes. We can wait. If you have any kind of discussion, any kind of feedback, any kind of upcoming topic you think that I can cover under the playlist of volunteering tips and tricks. Okay, I got a question. And can you please quickly rephrase about IEEE Quad Tech Talk? Yeah, sure. So IEEE Quad Tech Talk initiative I started in November 2020, and specifically we are looking for the host now for the our next editions. We will be hosting 4 edition every quarter in 2024. This program is a mix of panel discussion, IEEE membership development session, and followed by the speed mentoring for 1 hour. You can explore the previous editions. I can just share you the link in the chat window. There you go. And you can just register. Like all the editions in the 2024 will be in person. So we are actually definitely looking for different student branches and colleges across the globe who are actually looking for industrialists from different companies, and we as IEEE 3 can that bring them to your organization and to your college for the benefit and for the learning of the students from your on IEEE student branch. Awesome. Thank you, Abhinav, for your remarks. I hope I have addressed your query. I don't actually see your is it your actual name, Black Forest Reader? Yeah. So that's the link. You can reach out. You can reach out to me on ramnik@ieee.org if you wish to connect us for upcoming host call. I can again share that so that you can just get the knowledge again what we are looking for and what are the requirements from the college end, from the host end. Okay. What are the volunteering opportunity for YPs? Yeah, thanks for that wonderful question, Nidhi, because I've been seeing the retention rate is actually very, very low because the people, graduates, the undergrads who are graduating from bachelors, they are kind of losing the interest in IEEE. They're losing the interest of volunteering. Specifically, if I talk, there are a lot of, in IEEE, if I talk in IEEE organization, we have a lot of volunteering opportunity for YPs. For highlighting, we do have a separate young professional affinity group where you can explore volunteering, what's going on for like you can volunteer for upskilling for undergrad. You can educate the upcoming undergrad students. You can upskill the postgrad students who want to get into industry as a young professional. You can become a part of IEEE Standards Association working groups. You can become a part of any kind of standard. Let's take an example of Wi-Fi 7 or Bluetooth or the upcoming 6G revolution. You can become part of any standards, and IEEE Standard Association is the portal where you can visit and explore the working groups. And obviously publication don't stop, so you can just keep doing publication, you keep doing writing books, keep doing good work to spread your own skill set as a YP through those publications to the community, to the society, so that they can also learn from you. Other aspect in IEEE specifically, we have a lot of speaking opportunities such as IEEE Virtual Speaker Bureau. We have distinguished lectures programs. We have distinguished visitor program where if you have a dedicated industry experience as per the eligibility of those initiatives, you can apply to become a speaker, and student branches and IEEE members across the globe can approach you via that particular society. You have applied to become a DVP, and society will take care of all the expenses, and they can help you out to bridge the gap of that particular knowledge transfer what they are looking for. And that's the major part of what I've been using for last years as a YP. And rest you can obviously explore on IEEE benefit finder uh, as a young professional what you can do. I hope that address your query. Do we have any other questions from anyone? We can just stay for long. We can, it's totally fine. We can stay for 5 to 10 minutes more. Any kind of interaction, any kind of feedback, any new topic you wish me to focus on in the next sessions, please feel free to drop your theme topic of what you're looking for me to cover. I just, yeah, let me see if we do have any kind of chat going on, any questions. If you have, feel free to drop up. Would love to see any kind of feedback you have, any kind of new topic you wish to share with me so that I can cover in the upcoming sessions. Awesome. In that case, I can just create a poll, quick poll for all of you, just to answer how was the session? Was it good, no, or whatever, so that I can just understand the audience, understand your interest, and I can cover aspects accordingly in the future. Can you all please go ahead and vote in the poll I just started so that I can understand how was it? Awesome. I can see the answers coming up. Awesome. I can see 33% on beyond expectation, 67% on my expectation. Wonderful. Thank you so much for that feedback. And any kind of topic, any kind of theme you think that I can cover up and I can help you out, feel free to share in the chat window. I will wait for a few seconds and then we can drop up, and the session will be provided as a session as a video on my YouTube channel. Feel free to subscribe my channel and feel free to share up in your network to all audience you think that which can help you out. Importance of global networking internationally. Yeah, sure. Thanks, Abhinav. I can surely cover that aspect. And actually, I have covered a segment of that in the last session as well. I can totally cover up in the upcoming sessions too. Thanks for the suggestion. And soon I will start a poll on my LinkedIn with the learnings of today's session, with the resources what I have shared in the chat window, with the slide deck. I will share the slide deck as well in the LinkedIn post, and you can feel free to explore that for your future reference. And I will share a Google form as well where you can just submit your suggestions. You can even comment in the post. I will just decide accordingly after the session, and feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn Messenger, Facebook Messenger, or Instagram DM, or on my email ID, which you can see on the screen. If there's any kind of last remarks from anyone, any feedback, then we will be wrapping up the session in next few minutes. Awesome. In that case, thank you everyone for joining, taking out time, and we are just one day away from entering into the new year. Very advanced wishes to every one of you. Happy New Year and Happy New Year 2024. Enjoy the celebration to turn into 2024 with a new, I would say, motivation, with new learning, with new energy. I hope that 2024 will be uh, very much blissful, grateful, and full of new learnings, full of new opportunities for all of us. to learn and to explore in our enhance our own personal level as well as professional level. And with that, signing off from here on the live stream. Thank you so much. Please take care. Bye bye.